After 15 years of Monster Hunter, it is time to decide which monster is the best. And these are the only two people qualified for the job. Welcome back to Ultimate Turf Wars.
Welcome to Monster Fight. We're
Welcome.
gonna fight monsters.
We are.
I'm very multi-talented.
You're something.
Yeah, we're going crazy today.
Congalala beat Palumu.
Well, obviously he did. Congalulu. Congalulu! Congalulu!
Congalulu. So in the second fight between Glacial Ignactor and Lagombi.
No, it was. That's fucking favorite monster bias, is what that is.
Well, maybe
What
it
was the
is, but
gulf?
I'm not the one in control.
What was the gulf?
It was about a 300 vote difference.
Oh, okay, that's not the end of the world then.
Finally, we had the battle that was absolutely very fair of Dalamadur and Zora Magdaros. Dalamadur won.
Was it?
By approximately 1,400 votes.
That's my boy! That's my snaky boy! Don't ask how I fathered it, but that's okay.
Yeah, I hope you didn't.
Let's do numero uno batalla!
What?
It's Spanish for battle with a horrible accent.
Okay.
Is what it is.
3,
Don't judge me.
2, 1.
Go!
Oh, I said go.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm not. What?
No, why does yours look like a normal Pukei-Pukei that then took like some serious like hallucinogenics and has that like cliche movie filter where everything warps and wibbles and just the screen just like, oh man, my eye got
having a really
big.
bad trip.
This is actually just the head of the corpse of Pukei-Pukei from the Witcher crossover. Mine's a very accurate representation. I don't know why you're struggling.
Of what?
Nakarkos' tentacle.
Oh, of course, a single tentacle of Nakarkos. That's not his face.
It was his face to start with. That was the trick, because it tricked you again here.
Okay, so your monster is Nakarkos' tentacle.
Which, to be fair, would still fucking annihilate a Pukei-Pukei.
Oh no, it's only one tentacle.
It's only one tentacle. 3, 2, 1, go. It's Nakarkos versus Pukei-Pukei. I mean, look, I hate that being the basis of my arguments to start with, but at the same time, he's just gonna get devoured. He's gonna get covered in globs of sticky blue shining mucus, dragged in, and he's a light snack. This is an elder dragon about 10 times the size of him that wipes out ecosystems in such a manner that makes Deviljho blush. He has a fucking laser beam that is wider than the Pukei-Pukei. He's literally gonna get celled. Alright, Nakarkos is going to do a beak tentacle father-son Kamehameha, and he's going to sell this Pukei-Pukei. That is what's going to happen.
What's he gonna sell him?
He's not gonna peddle him. He's not gonna upsell the dead pile of ash. Actually, the face that you drew is the expression just as the laser beam fires. That's what you've produced. And that's my time up. Good luck. May God have mercy on your soul. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, well, Pukei-Pukei's got poison, and he's got, like, really long tongue, which is still shorter than the tentacle of Nakarkos, and he can fart poison clouds, which I don't think Nakarkos cares very much about, based on his entire existence being very similar to Val, who likes dead things. He does have a really powerful forge inside of him, though, because we all know that he created the attack jewel in the Witcher crossover event. So if he can create attack jewels, then there's nothing stopping Pukei-Pukei.
Well, then exchange it for his
Yeah,
life.
so what he needs to do is use the forge inside of him to create a weapon capable of killing Nakarkos and give it to his friendly hunter, who he already made friends with in lore. Because it's that Pukei-Pukei.
Oh yeah, it's that
It's that
Pukei-Pukei.
Pukei-Pukei.
It's the Pukei-Pukei that lived. Look, this one is this is one of the biggest mismatches we have ever.
How does this happen?
You should have chosen a better monster.
I know. I always do this. I always choose the really shitty ones on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
One of these days we need to do one of these episodes, but instead of it being like who would win a fight, it's like who would win like at a beauty pageant.
I mean, still Nakarkos.
Oh no, look at Pookie's feathers. They're very iridescent.
Nakarkos is literally iridescent.
And he can fart.
That's not a beauty thing at all. Nakarkos is a literal
depends on your culture. In
glowing,
some cultures, rainbows are
pearlescent, sexy. What, in your culture? Is that just you? If you decided that, is that a you thing?
Yes. Yeah, except I like rainbows, so it's like the
so actually not even a you
like
thing.
Rainbows.
That's what we're getting here. Look, right, this Pukei-Pukei is going to get covered in mucus, he's going to get covered in bone, he's going to get fire blighted, he's going to get blast blighted, he's going to get...
This is a rough fight against anyone, honestly, because Pukei, like, in his fucking monster description, he leans towards running away from anything that's not tiny. Like, this isn't a Nakarkos.
And the thing is...
he's not going to fight it in the first place.
The thing is, Pukei's not the greatest flyer, and Nakarkos shoots airships out the sky with lasers.
He's going to die.
He's gonna just...
He's not even going to try to fight because he's going to be running the whole time.
I mean, he can't even fit in the mouse. We can't even do an internal thing.
No.
I mean...
No.
I just... There's no redeeming this one. It's just a very, like, Pukei-Pukei isn't even going to get used as a tentacle mimic. He's just not worth it. That's how sad this fight is.
It is pretty sad.
Cue the world's saddest Pukei-Pukei! And with that, I think we should move on to the next one before this gets any worse than it already is. 3, 2, 1, go Pokemonster! Ooh!
Am I looking at the right angle?
Look, alright, what I need you to do is get your head, okay? I need you to go 45 degrees to the right.
Which, to the right?
Yes.
And that is...
And that would...
obviously, Lagombi?
Half Lagombi.
Snowbaron?
Yeah! There we go!
That's not half Lagombi.
No, as in the full name is half Lagombi.
It's science.
Okay. I had no idea. I was really confused.
Look, man, honestly, it's a really accurate drawing, but separated from the context of the reference, it looks so stupid.
Didn't put a head behind the like.
No, it doesn't have one, man. So what I like about this is obviously you've drawn a Barioth, and it's fine. I don't think.
Obviously,
I honestly I have no strong feelings one way or the other on this Barioth. It's just
really
it's a
know.
Barioth. Wait, what are you guys laughing about? Nothing. We'll start the fight
Nothing.
now.
You'll never know.
Prepare yourselves. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, that's one way to do it. Well, Barioth is based off of a saber-toothed tiger, I hope, because that's what he reminds me of, and he's a beautiful guy. And you know what saber-toothed tigers are really good at is piercing things, and even though Snowbaron Lagombi's really hard, he'll be really easily pierced by his long tusks, and even that isn't his most powerful ability, because he can, like, sort of fly, and he'll hip check you. His hip check's fucking nasty. It'll get you from, like, pretty much Plesioth distances. He's not a fun boy to fight. And then he'll make these weird ice tornadoes, which probably won't have as big of an effect on Snowbaron Lagombi, obviously, because he's resistant to ice. But it's regardless of being resistant to the ice aspect of it, there's still the physical aspect of being hit by the hailstorm that is created, because it would have to be a sort of hail to create the snowball effect on hunters. Because if it was just like literally cold air, there's no way that creates that. That doesn't create that. So how much time do I even have left? It feels like it's been 7 minutes.
5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds. Well, he also is not weak to ice, so...
Quick, tell me your deepest desire!
You.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm off! So... Snowbaron Lagombi's gonna pull out a fucking ice ball that's bigger than Barioth, and he's gonna smush a Barioth. Like that amount of ice, that packed, that hurts, alright? That is almost boulder dropping on you, especially at that size. Now, Barioth very agile, obviously, but at the same time, it rolls and it's somehow homing. I don't know how Snowbaron Lagombi is the witch that he is, and he does have witch elements in the design, so maybe he is a magic rabbit. Magic rabbit in a hat! There's so many layers! Either way, as we all know, his snowball inexplicably so slowly homes. So Barioth's going to be spending a lot of time dodging. And Sabertooth Big Stabby Teeth are not the most effective things for actually fighting. They're more just for ripping an already dead flesh, because they're not the most usable tools in actual combat. So he's not going to be there puncturing him over and over, because think about that, he'd have to lift his head up and go, downwards, and there's just no force in just the neck going downwards. Like, there's just nothing. It'd just be tickling him. That's whatever. So essentially, this is just as long as it takes him to get crushed by a snowball. And my time is up!
First off, you described them as balls of ice. They're balls of snow. Snow is significantly less dense than ice. Don't try and...
No. If for it to hold the shape that it does, especially while rolling, that at least has to be on its way to ice. That is very hard packed snow at minimum.
I think it would do about as much as him, like, hip checking him, because it doesn't move that fast either.
It doesn't need to move that. I feel like, it's so big.
It's not that
it's
heavy.
like 3 Barioths.
Yeah, but it's not that heavy.
I mean,
regardless of the snowballs, because I don't think the snowballs will kill him, because while they are big, they're not heavy enough and going fast enough to actually trample. Like, they'll hit and they'll hurt, but it's not gonna, like, roll over him and smush him in one go. And then he's got the physical attacks to counter with, because I think he does have a physical advantage, because he can take the little slides that Lagombi does, because he can fly and fucking...
Like, they are rocket slides from Snowbaron.
Yeah, but they're still slides. Like, he's not, like, legitimately putting force into it. He's throwing his body on the floor and seeing what happens.
Of that flabby rabbit, like, with that speed, I'd say they're at least effective as the Barioth hip check.
I'd say he absolutely would need to be able to get the space to do that, though, because you're not getting that off at close range beside a Barioth.
Well, you could forget the Barioth likes to fight at range a lot. He likes to dance around and do his tornado shenanigans.
Yeah, but then he's in the air, and you can't hit him with shit in the air.
The snowball can go in the air. He fires lots of little ones as well, much further and faster.
Well, yeah, okay, the little ones are fine, but the little ones won't do anything. Those are just little balls of ice.
Also, he never prolonged flies.
Like...
He just launches up, does a few flaps, and lands again. He likes to stay on the ground.
Yeah, but he launches up and then does attacks, and he does that, like, on a repeated basis. Like, he doesn't just, like, do that and then stays on the ground for a while frequently. Like,
yeah, but every attack he does that isn't
repeatedly.
Physical is ice-based, which is nothing to Snowbaron.
Yeah, but it's the same way in the opposite effect.
Yeah, but the thing is, his ice attacks are effective because they are cold, whereas Snowbaron's ice attacks are effective because of sheer weight of
I don't
ice.
think so. Like, I talked about the tornadoes. The tornadoes aren't just cold. They can't be to create the snowballs. They have to be like a little hailstorm.
Yeah, but I don't think they're moving fast
sense.
enough to rip through a Snowbaron's hide.
It wouldn't rip through it, but that's like enough of an effect that will completely daze and distract you while you're being beat on by the physical attacks.
Flashback.
Oh man, you know what would be scary if you looked under your bed and then you saw this?
Oh no, I think that'd be sort of nice.
At some point during this section, jump scare everyone with it again, and we'll see how that goes down.
I may or may not leave this in. They might not even know.
End of flashback.
Look, I think 2-3 giant snowball hits and the Barioth is struggling.
And I think he might be able to take a bit more, but we've obviously reached our point on this one, so I think we're good to leave this one up to the votes. What's your deepest desire?
You ain't catching me out with that shit, sunshine. All right, so the next fight on the menu, a la carte, is your suggestion, which I'm very excited for. Yes, your suggestion.
Thank
you specifically.
Thank
You
but really, it's
suggested
this guy. Thank you.
3, 2, 1, go, Pokemonster! Oh my god! Why? Why? Why do it front on? And why the tongue? He clearly doesn't have a tongue! He does! It's a fucking lamprey mouth! Where's the fucking tongue?
Look at his face, though! It may not be, like, a classical tongue, but he definitely has, like, a tongue-like shaped thing going on.
Okay, I guess a little bit.
I understand that yours is Gigginox, but I don't know what Gigginox looks like well enough in my head to know whether that's terrible or not.
Mine's pretty good, I think.
Oh, you did undersell the teeth, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, see, I think I got that one. I think I got that one. So it's the battle of the sexiest monsters.
If you say so.
I mean, I have one huge piece of evidence to suggest that they are.
It's censored. It's censored.
You can't censor it.
I can censor it.
You can't. You have no power.
I'm sorry. No, we're not allowed to show this in a video. It's censored.
But no, you can't do this.
You have no power here.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Gigginox versus Khezu, the two shadows in the cave going at it. This is exciting. This is hot. This is fun. This is everything I want from life. So, The electricity is kind of a null factor here because Gigginox is made of the same rubbery, stretchy skin that the Khezu do, and is not the most conductive of materials, especially as he can earth himself by suction cupping onto the ceilings and floors, and as he lays his eggs and everything that he does. So it kind of comes down to a physical battle, but Gigginox's poison will still work on Khezu, and it is not just poison, it's noxious poison, the super enhanced poison, which means that Khezu's just gonna slowly die. Like, as we know, Khezu is laughably slow, just lethargically jumping around the place, whereas Gigginox is as agile as your typical pseudo-wyvern, like Nakarkos and Barioth. Not quite, but almost. So really, he just has to dodge around the place, let his little giggies attached to Khezu start sucking blood as the poison slowly brings him down. And ching, it's your turn. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, I have significant issues with this because if he's immune to fucking Khezu's lightning, then this fight is not even remotely fair again! Why does the fucking comments? I get it, it's a cool fight. As an ideal, it's a cool fight. But in what world is this even remotely fair?
What I will give you, he's immune to Khezu's lightning while suction cupped to a surface and therefore earthed.
Yeah, but I feel like he can do that very easily. But he also has the rubbery hide, and rubbery hide is just non-conductive. Doesn't help. But he will at least be able to do something, I guess, while he's not grounded, but that still significantly limits him. And the physical attacks, like, he's got cool physical attacks with the extending neck, but guess what? So does fucking Gigginox, so it doesn't matter! He's literally just disadvantaged because he can be so easily poisoned! Literally, Nursilla destroyed him to become Shrouded Nursilla! I feel like I've been wrong.
Why have you spent your minute arguing against yourself?
Because I need the comments to know it's not fair!
You're so bad at this!
I am.
You have to defend your creature no matter what. You have to find the 1 in 1 million, okay? And this one is a much more even fight than you're giving it credit for. Khezu is more physically powerful than the Gigginox by a fair way. Gigginox is very frail. Khezu is big, chunky. Like, if he lands the...
Yeah, but Khezu doesn't look like chunky like strong. Khezu looks like chunky like...
No, but he's got the weight to throw around, and I think
Yeah,
a
that's
jump land slam on Gigginox would hurt him very, very much. Also, the little Giggies are essentially a non-factor here because Khezu just needs to do his AoE electric, and all of them get fried off him. So
Well,
why have we swapped monsters? Swap back, all right, and fight me with Khezu.
I've learned how to win this show. I feel like Khezu's bite is probably a lot stronger than Gigginox's.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He's just got, like, they've got very similar mouth
essentially
types,
just a big
but
fucking mouth.
Khezu's is a much more sucky razor.
And he has like
death.
full-on rows of teeth too.
Yeah, that is
Gigginox
true.
as blind as Khezu because he's got the little sensory orb things, whereas Khezu is like literally blind.
Yeah, Khezu's all about that smell.
Yeah, he's a smelly boy. And I feel like he could definitely smell Gigginox. Like, if there's a monster that I could look at and say, that monster smells, Gigginox is on the list.
Look, I'm going to give you this because I want this to be interesting.
Okay.
But damn it, all right, do your due diligence because you have a slam dunk
Okay.
here. Gigginox only senses things via their body heat.
First off, I didn't know that. Second, what do you mean due diligence? I literally found out your monster a minute ago when you found out mine. I don't know Gigginox.
Look, all right, just because this was a surprise to you, a battle, doesn't mean that you should have
the
research
monsters that
prepared on
I'm
all
not
300
even fighting
monsters.
for. Well then, yeah, then it does definitely become a much bigger struggle for Gigginox because Khezu's fucking cold-blooded. A good question is his electricity eel-like? Because I imagine it is because he's very eel-like. So it probably wouldn't produce heat like we discussed last week.
Well, except like Kirin, who summons actual lightning, but the lesser electrics are internally produced.
Yeah, so what we're saying is even the electricity attacks won't
I mean,
really
it would definitely, like, obviously it produces some heat, just not the hotter than the fucking sun lightning strikes you were drawing from. So every time Khezu does electric, it would be like a little tiny, like, blip, like a radar sonar, boop, for Gigginox.
Yeah. Well, I guess that would
assist
assist him in the one sense of if he's not already attacking, that's like, once I realize that this has been a lightning attack, once I've been hit once, I can start grounding, you know? Like, but that still requires him to be hit once, because he won't know what it is the first time, for sure.
I doubt he's intelligent enough to know the concept of grounding electricity.
Well, I guess, to be fair.
If it helps you, Khezu are both male and female.
Yeah, I know, they're hermaphroditic, or whatever the term is for that as, like, an adjective. I do really like that they reproduce by like injecting their young into things, and then it just dies while the young eventually grow within them.
Yeah, they pull a tarantula hawk moth.
But yeah, I mean, I guess in like the literal war situation where Khezu decides that Gigginox is so overpowered because for whatever reason this is a really weak Khezu and a really strong Gigginox, maybe he just like injects some young into him and they kill him. You know, he's got the backup. You know, he's ready for it.
I think Khezu is physically superior, especially given the more potency of his bite.
Yeah.
But I think the poison makes up that difference, and I think when you
because
allow
the
that
lightning
and
is
both
slightly
how their
less.
senses work, I think this is honestly one of the truest 50-50 battles you could come
I'd
up
say it's 60-40. I'll go as low as 60-40 because I do think the smell really does push it in his
Wait,
favor a little
you're in camp 60 to Khezu?
Yes.
When your entire minute was how Khezu loses this
Well,
automatically.
obviously, I didn't realize how fucking Gigginox sensed things. That was why I asked that there was a thing that I didn't know, and it's sort of an important piece of information for the fight.
Alright, well, there you go, guys. That's some Khezu Giggy action for you. Very sexy.
Kaziggy action.
Yes,
Kaziggy.
yes, exactly. I
Kazexy.
hope it was all you wanted. Much like this.
Yep, that was pixelated.
Stop, dude. Just unpixelate it.
All right, I'll unpixelate like one portion. There you go.
Oh my god! It's such a treasure trove searching these two monsters. You've no idea. Like, the internet is a wonderful and mysterious place.
No chance. Literally no chance. Like, why?
Why is this a thing?
Why are both monsters a thing?
Is this a trend that I don't know about? Is this like rule?
I hope
Is
so.
this...
The first fight today that you can vote on in the comments is Pukei and Nakarkos. And the second one is Barioth and Snowbaron Lagombi. And his ears sort of torn up a little bit and he's missing a bit of a head, but I understand. And then we had Khezu and Gigginox. By the way, the buff versions of those are going up instead of the paint drawings.
Oh my god. Alright guys, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more. We'll see you soon.
For some reason.
Alright, goodbye. Have fun. We'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Congalulu.
Congalulu.
They call me Congalulu. I'm the king of Conga. Alright, just move on. Don't put that in.